the rematch, the rubber match, the grudge match, whatever you want to call it. It's a fantastic game of Madden. Kiv and Dcroft kicking things off as it will be TNC's Dcroft with the ball first. Listen, we talk about the crew battles. We keep bringing it up. TNC, they're 1-0 right now. 818's 3-0, looking to go 4-0. How even is this matchup, Tyler Davis?
Oh, it's so even. I mean, this is, if you're a fan of competitive Madden, this is what you came to see. And, you know, I have so much respect for both these guys because honestly, Nick, if either of these guys would go to any other club, they would probably win. But they're such diehard Seahawks fans that they're willing to go battle against each other every single year, and that's just awesome.
JD, how do you like the flex from Kiv with the Madden 18 belt on his bed right behind him in frame?
You gotta love it. He's motivated. Like I said, this is his get back. He wants revenge. He's showing it off.
Uh-oh, that's a late throw. It's picked off. What a start for Kiv. It's Dion, right side, 15, 10, down to the 5. A disastrous start for Dcroft and a beautiful start for Kiv's defense.
You just said it, Nick. That belt behind him, he's looking for revenge. And first play out the gate, Dcroft with a terrible mistake. Kiv takes advantage, and he's already on the 4-yard line.
What a start for young Kiv. As we take a look at this, not only is it a pick, TD, it's also an insult that it was a penalty. He threw that beyond the line. He threw an illegal pass beyond the line and gave the ball to Kiv inside the 5.
Yeah, just an unfortunate play. You know, that play to me a little bit looks like nerves. You know, first game, first drive, first play of the day. It's a big pressure game. I think Dcroft just kind of made a mistake. You know, he went up in the pocket, thought he had the guy open, maybe tried to low ball, but then it got a bad animation. I don't know the situation, but just kind of an unfortunate play, and Kiv's going to take advantage.
There's one benefit to it happening on the first play. It's real easy to put it in the back of your mind and forget about it.
Oh, yeah. It's the first play of the game. You can definitely get over this. You just got to lock back in.
Well, only a 4-yard field.
Hold the goal now.
Come on. Bush. Dcroft with some run defense. What do we expect from Kiv offensively inside the goal line? Are we going to see mostly run plays?
Yeah, like I said, Kiv is just usually passes every play, but inside the red zone, it's really going to be a lot of runs. You see him in this I-form tight, some power O, some dives, maybe a stretch, but he usually has a little.
Come on.
Kiv is known for his red zone passing. He really always has some type of money plays that he can go to in the red zone. So I don't know what he's going to cook up, but on the 6-yard line, this is where it gets really tough. So Dcroft, obviously with the bad start, but if he can hold him to 3, he's right back in the ball game.
You know, we said it's always fun when you watch these club championship, everybody trying to represent a Madden or an NFL team. It's fun when you get real fans of the teams. Both these guys, Washington natives, they live 30 minutes from each other in the Seattle area. They're both diehard Seahawks fans. You can see the Russell Wilson jersey behind Dcroft. 3rd and goal, hand up to Bush. And how about the defense from Dcroft off the turnover? He holds him to a field goal.
Yeah, I don't love the play call there from Kiv. You know, he usually has something cooked up within that red zone. He always has some type of single back, double tight end, some type of thing cooked up. So going to the halfback zone, to me, seems like he wasn't super prepared for the red zone, but Dcroft got the stop he needed.
Nonetheless, he is ahead of the clock, 3-0. And now we get Dcroft with the ball back. And it's tough to say what we're going to see from Dcroft's offense because so far he's really only had one play. And, well, that one play was a turnover. Let's take a look at that turnover one more time. Stepping up in the pocket. And it was just a dead read the entire time.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Deion Sanders with some big plays today, and another one there. Just an unfortunate play for Dcroft. He's got to be sick about it. But he did hold him to 3. If you're Kiv, you're in a great spot, though, because you got that first pick. You got some points on the board. You're back on defense. And we're going to see Dcroft now in this New England Patriots offense. He loves this U-trips formation.
This time he goes to a play that he certainly can't throw an interception on. He'll hand that to Reggie Bush, picking up 4.
Yeah, and like I said, if you're a fan of offensive football, this is the game for you. You know, both these guys are just 2 of the best in the world. The route combos they use, the spacing, it's just next level stuff. And Dcroft has been good in this formation for the last few years.
Pride of Mississippi, Brett Favre at the helm for Dcroft. Vernon Davis picks up 5 underneath. It's going to be a 3rd and short for Dcroft.
Little baby out route right there from the tight end spot. And Dcroft rocking that Brett Favre at quarterback as well, just like Kiv with that gunslinger. So manageable 3rd and 1 here. He might even run a little halfback power, but usually he'll go to like a hitch and use some. He uses the most motion out of most players that I know.
Drop back with Favre. It's like a three-man rush from Kiv outside of the pocket.
Come
Taking
on
the shot.
now.
He's got Vernon.
Come
10,
on.
5,
Couldn't
down
have
to
started
the
off this
2-yard
game worse.
line. Dcroft with a
Come
huge
on,
pass.
get 7 now.
Absolute laser. The tight end post, smart routed down the field. The zone defenders didn't react to it. You can't get much more open than that. Beautiful play down to the 2-yard line.
And TD, that's why these players, they use Vernon Davis. He's got the wheels to get downfield and make those big plays over the top. Now can Kiv stand tall inside the 5-yard line? Goal line formation for Dcroft. He's gonna flip tight end to left side. He's gonna hand it to fullback Derrick Henry. Gets nothing.
We saw Kiv's red zone offense wasn't great. Is Dcroft's a lot better? This is where it gets real tough. You know, you're gonna see a lot of guys go to that goal line fullback dive. Most people have lab defense for this by this point.
Second and goal. That's what I was gonna ask you, TD. I feel like for at least the last month, goal line has not been the move inside the 5. It seems like every good player has some sort of defense for it.
Definitely, and when you get to this point, when you are 2 of the top 10 players in the world and you have the best crews behind you, you are prepared for everything. So these guys are definitely prepared for any fullback dives, any goal.
Come on, let's go. Come on.
He's got Bush one blocking on the edge.
Come on.
No fullback dive. Get Reggie Bush into the end zone. The 2-time All-American puts Dcroft on top 6-3.
What a response by young Daniel Mycroft. You know, he had that bad pick to start. He held Kiv to 3, and right down the next drive, he comes down, puts 7 on the board. Way to bounce back.
Kiv to get the ball. Down by 4. This game far from over. If you like high-quality competitive Madden, you are in the right place. 7-3 the score was the big play to Vernon Davis that set up Dcroft to find a touchdown on his second offensive drive.
Yeah, you see him in that bunch. Kiv flipping that bunch to the right side. So you're going to see some of the best route combos from this bunch, like I said.
Pressure on the edge of the football! It's picked up by Jackson!
Come on!
Make him work in an ice cream store! He's got to scoop and score!
He's bringing the heat. He comes off the edge clean and gets a strip sack fumble.
Head, kid,
Wow,
head.
what a heartbreaker for Kiv.
What a start. After the initial interception, TD, Dcroft found the big mo.
The momentum has changed so much. You can see it in their faces as well. Dcroft's bobbing. He's feeling it. Kiv looks distressed. He looks distraught. He's angry with himself, but there's nothing you can really say about that. That was just a great dial-up blitz by Dcroft.
Oh, hit him. Come on.
14-3, Dcroft with the lead. It was heavy pressure off the edge. Who else? Taylor Mays.
It was Taylor Mays with the strip specialist. I didn't even realize it was him. He has that strip specialist.
Why? Come on now. Come on.
And Nick, that is why roster building is so important. He user rushed with the strip specialist ability off the edge. That is genius.
Flat. Good fuck.
Just throw to the left side. I feel like after this game, Bose is going to come out with some sort of headphones over the ear with like a head strap for Dcroft. Keep those bad boys in place. What answer does the Madden 18 Bowl champion have? Hasn't been an ideal start. Plenty of time left. Nice throw over the middle. Great dot to the 45-yard line. Kiv a little unlucky on that strip sack fumble, but TD, I look more to that turnover down inside the 3-yard line. You got to find a way to cash that in for 6.
Yeah, he needed 7 off that. I know that's going to be hurting him right now, but plenty of time. 14-3 here. Sticking in that bunch. And I do want to point out, you know, Kiv running the gun bunch meta, but Kiv does not have route combos like the meta. He is a trendsetter when it comes to gun bunch.
Favre, quick throw to the flat. It's Reggie Bush, and now we see Kiv starting to work. Of course, 818 has some big plays dialed up, but this is what they're best at, those surgical drives through the air.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Those 818 guys, so good. And like I said, Kiv is just probably, I would say probably the #1 bunch player in the world. If you had to ask me on a short list, he's without a doubt in the top 3. But I do think he's probably the best bunch player in the world. You're seeing it right here. He does he flips a lot. He does a lot of different route combos that you don't normally see from like meta bunches.
Here's the pressure off the edge. Picked that. That's
Come on,
how it was
bro.
Dion. And how about give him a little TNC special? That little low ball hitch. End of 1. What a start. Fireworks like 4th of July. It's 14-3. Dcroft with the lead.
We expected that. You know, the main event of the night. And you hear Dcroft talking about acrobats. Dcroft going with 2 acrobats. Kiv actually has 7 acrobats on his defense, which is the most out of anyone today. Going back to mesh post.
He'll look underneath. Nice read to Julio. For these guys in 8-1-8, I like to akin these underneath passes. They're basically like run plays for any other crew. It's picking up 2 or 3 yards quickly.
Yeah, and you know, 2 guys that really stand out to me is Kiv and then Ghost. Those are the 2 of the most patient guys that they'll always take their flats. They'll always take their drags. That's why they're so difficult to stop.
Make a tackle. Come on.
That's Reggie Bush. Good spin to stay in bounds. He'll pick up 10.
Nice play right there to the flats. Dcroft trying to bring a little blitz again. Dcroft's going to have to kind of switch up his coverages. He got that huge strip sack, and that was a great dial up. Maybe we'll see a couple more of those, but he's going to have to mix up his coverage as well.
Two big Seahawks fans looking to rep their squad in January. Final game of the day. Shout out to everybody out there in the chat hanging out with us all day long. What a night. They're the club championships. Favre on 1st and 10. Ooh. Risky throw over the middle, but he picks up the first down of the 18.
I almost thought that was picked. I was confused for a second. I was like,
I had to wait for a second. I was like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah, I had to look at the scoreboard and see who had possession because that was a weird play. But that low ball with Slinger, so difficult to defend. You see Kiv going to that play, smash return a lot. It's got the tight end on a little corner route. He's got a streak. It's like a flood concept with a backside dig, so I like that play call. He's really opening up the offense.
1st and 10. Darren Waller.
Take a tackle. Come on. Hold here. Hold
like
here now.
Taylor Swift, he says shake it off. Down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal. Can Kiv find 6 now?
He's got to capitalize now. This is where touchdowns become important in this game. You see him going to that flat route. Those tight end flat routes are money this year, especially if you don't have any hard flat zones. You can hit those all game long. So nice play right now. But this is where Kiv, he didn't have an answer the first time. Let's see if he cooks something up.
Come on.
1st and 10. And how about the run defense from Dcroft? It has been stellar inside the 10-yard. It's been stellar all day. Bush, 4 carries, -4 yards.
Yeah, I'm surprised by this. Like I said, Kiv usually has some red zone offense. I'm looking for maybe a play action, something to catch Dcroft off guard, because I don't think these I-form tight runs are going to do it.
Favre on 2nd and goal.
Oh, pick
Left
it!
side, almost picked off.
He had the running back angle route.
Come on, D up. Don't let it affect this play.
He had the running back angle route wide open. He just made the wrong read. If he was a second more patient.
And I don't know if anyone catches him. That looked like a pick 6. There was a lot of space on the right side. 3rd and goal from the 7. Kiv trying to lock in.
I like this.
Dcroft, you heard him say he doesn't like this, using one of those timeouts.
Yeah, good timeout right there, though, by Dcroft. Make sure everything's good, because it's a big play in the game. You got to hold him to 3 if you're Dcroft, and if you're Kiv, you need 7.
Favre, 3rd and goal. Stepping left, back of the end zone,
Come
high
on.
ball.
Good stuff.
Big hit, no catch. Is Kiv going to settle for 3 once again? The defense, Dcroft.
Yeah, and Kiv knows. You can see in his face. He's been around so long. He knows that these field goals in the red zone are what can cost you down the stretch. It's almost like I can see that reading off his face. He knows that kicking these field goals in the red zone is hurting him badly.
On the plus side, he also knows, as somebody who's been around the game, he's the most MCS live event appearances at 13. 4th most, I think, on the money list. He knows that at the end of the day, it's better to get that 3 than get stopped and end up down 14-0. It's still a 1-possession game.
Without a doubt, Nick. You cannot go for the touchdown there for sure. You definitely have to take your 3 because and Kiv is a very underrated defensive player. So if he can get a stop here, he'll be golden. But Dcroft is really good on offense as well.
In trouble, down goes Far. Finally, Kiv gets some pressure on the quarterback. It's Javon Curse with the sack. Loss of 9, 2nd and long for Dcroft.
He dials it up. I love the play call. Put some pressure on Dcroft. Kiv's he's not in a do or die situation, but it's getting to that point where he's got to get something going. So I like him sending the heat right there.
We'll hit the 2-minute warning. What a first half. Everything we had hoped for, TD, when we saw this game on the schedule. And guess what? We still got 6 more divisions to go through. We're only going to have 8 spots filled after today.
Yeah, man. I'm excited, but this is the game everyone's been waiting for. These two guys, the grudge match.
2nd and 19. Toss it underneath to Davis. You always say, big on those 2nd and longs. Just get some of it back. He'll get 10.
Yeah, excellent job right there by Dcroft. And smart right there. Get half of it back. And if you're Kiv, you're okay with giving that up because it's still a difficult 3rd and 9. But we'll see what Dcroft cooks up. You know, like I said, he uses motion a lot. I would expect to see motion pretty much on every play. Exactly. He goes over to motion, B over to the right. Looks like a motion slant.
Favre, 3rd and 9. Stepping up in the pocket. Oh, big hit by Kiv. And this could turn the game. Kiv's going to get the ball. If he can get a stop on 4th down, he'll have great field position.
Dcroft is going to go for it. He's not going to punt. He's going to go for it. I'm a little surprised by this. He's played solid enough defense. Maybe he doesn't feel confident enough, or he's just always so confident in his offense. But, Nick, this is a huge play in the game.
Oh, could this be a turning point for the Kibber? 4th and 10. 3 wide set. Favre, 4th down. He'll either look brilliant. He's taking the shot. He might have him. Mostert down to the 15-yard line. Had a hot one cooked up in the kitchen.
One of the clutch's hottest dots you'll see on 4th down. With a huge play in the game, he has a laser 97 speed Mostert up the middle. Phenomenal. This is the thing about Dcroft too. His pocket presence is just next level. He has probably the best pocket presence in all of Madden, and you saw it perfectly on that play.
Absolute beam to Mostert. Minute 20 to go. What a clutch play from Dcroft. You know how much this club means to him. 1st and 10, handoff to Bush. He'll lose a yard. He goes from picking up 60 to losing 1.
It's a no-win situation too right now for Kiv. He just burned his final timeout because Dcroft can take all this clock now. He can run the ball 2 times and kick his field goal. He can run the ball here, maybe pass on 3rd down, but really the ball is in Dcroft's court right now. He can do whatever he wants.
Honestly, TD, how many times are you in that situation on your own 20-yard line up by 8? How many times are you going for it on 4th and 10?
Nick, you told me yesterday I scored like 3 points or 9 points and 0 points.
You did. It was 17 points and 0 points, sir.
Exactly. You know I'm punting in that spot, so I don't even know why you asked.
Fair. It's tough but fair. Oh, God. 3rd and 8. No timeouts left for Kiv. So if he's going to get the ball back, it'll be with around 10 seconds to go.
And yeah, Nick, I do want to say, going for that 4th down spot, that takes a lot of cojones. That takes a lot of pride right there because that's a big spot if you don't get that. So for him to be that confident in his game, in his offense, it says a lot about the kid.
Sometimes you just got to take the shot. 3rd and 8, 42 seconds left. Kiv looking to hold Dcroft to a field goal. Favre. Good user. And I like that play from Dcroft. Just falling down, don't risk taking a sack, and having one of those fumbles that he got in the first half.
So smart right there. See, the average player would maybe throw that away, and those 40 seconds are so valuable. Dcroft goes down. That's just such high-level IQ Madden. And you can see Kiv very upset about it because he goes down. Now he takes his whole clock, and he's going to go up 2 possessions at halftime.
It will be Kiv getting ball to start the second half. Remember how this game started. First play of the game, Dcroft threw on almost pick 6. It was an illegal pass beyond the line of scrimmage, and it went down to the 3-yard line, and we thought this could be bad, but since then, Dcroft has locked in. He's found some dots down the field.
Finish this game now. Finish this game.
And he's going to go into halftime up by 11.
Yeah, just honestly, great first half by Dcroft. He really stopped Kiv in the red zone. That's the key to the game. Sometimes you got to play bend but don't break, especially when you're playing someone with the skill level of Kiv. You play bend but don't break. You get him into the red zone, and you hold him to 3. And that's exactly what Dcroft has done.
What a first half, far from over. Here in the Seahawks Club final presented by CenturyLink. 17-6 your score. As this drive, Kiv is going to be looking to put some points on the board. Remember, in our last game, for the Penguins, he was down at the half, came back and won this game. 17-6 your score. Dcroft, the defending champ, with the 11-point lead. Scott Cole and the spokes player will be on the call for that one. It should be a lot of fun coming up immediately following this game. Oh, Dcroft sending Taylor Mays once again.
And you see Dcroft, he wanted another sack fumble, that strip specialist. He wanted it badly. And Nick, I was going to say the 2 differences in this game so far is that beautiful play with that strip sack on the user rush, and then also just getting Kiv in the red zone like we talked about. Those have been the differences in the game to this point.
2nd and 15. Lucky to hold on to the ball with the strip specialist coming around the edge. Favre almost rolled into a sack. Instead, he delivers the laser to Vernon Davis, the legend, down to the 46-yard line. Kiv's got some dots dialed up.
Beautiful flood concept to the bunch side right there. He goes with that Z spot play. You got a smart routed corner out. You got a streak behind you. You got the flat underneath. Just a staple of Madden every year is those flood concepts from bunch formations.
Favre over the middle. Nice throw to the former Crimson Tide, Julio Jones. Kiv's been efficient, 10 of 12 passing the ball. Is he at this point nervous about getting in the red zone? Does that get into your head when you've had 2 drives stopped inside the 5?
I don't know. Kiv is just always confident because he's having great success until he gets in the red zone. I mean, he's just lasering up and down the field. It's just, can he get something going in that red zone, or can he get a big play touchdown?
How about looking left side once again? When in doubt, corner route to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and people talk about glitches in Madden and all these things, but if you really watch Kiv, he's using a lot of real-life football concepts, just added in with some different things. But he's really running a lot of mesh concepts, flood concepts to the sideline. So you could take a lot from him just playing offense, man. It's always fun to watch.
Come on!
Yeah. 10, he's got him! Finally into the end zone. It's the Madden 18 Bowl champion to Julio Jones. Kiv back in it.
Super dot right there by the Kiva, as my guy RG would say, the Kiva. He's back in it. Super dot right there. And he came out in the play, so I think he's going to try to take a delay game, take his extra point. I think it's early enough where you can take your extra point, but it's definitely a consideration to go for 2. But now that he's at the 7, it's a lot more difficult.
Big shout out to our guy. I know RG's watching at home. The legend, one of the best guys in the community. We love you, man. Miss you on the broadcast, but we know RG's as locked in as ever. I heard it. He told his loved one to Family Room TV. It's reserved for MCS action.
Without a doubt, my Boston brother right there, RG. RG.
17-13 your score, and how about that drive from young Kiv? Anybody who thinks this ball game is over, you do not know young Kiv. Question is, does he have the defense to stop these deep bombs Dcroft has been dialing up?
Yeah, and it just seems like Kiv always comes up with those clutch dots. We saw it last year, but to force overtime, we've seen it time and time again. I remember a game versus Noah last year. But now it's going to be about his defense. Dcroft has looked phenomenal on offense as well. So can Kiv get that stop he needs?
Kiv, about as hungry as we have ever seen him. It's been almost 3 years since he won his first belt. And, He doesn't want that to be his only belt. He wants us to refer to that as his first one. He wants to find another belt to put on the bed behind him as Vernon Davis trucking Casper the Friendly Ghost down to the 25, 3rd and 7.
You see him going to that air truck. That air truck was really good most of the year, and then in the latest patch, it kind of toned it down a little bit, so you don't see it as prevalent as we did a couple weeks ago, but goes to the flats right there.
Start to the right side. It's Davis picking up 8 and a first down for Dcroft. Almost a quick snap there.
Yeah, it was. Sometimes you got to do that too. He goes to the drag underneath. He had a corner out behind that, so you saw Kiv did not have any hard flats, so he's able to check down to the drag, pick up a first down.
(8-1-8) looking to go 4-0 in club games. TNC looking to go 2-0. One of these crews will have a loss after this game. Stepping up with Favre and sitting down with Favre. It's Jovan Curse once again. Dance on him, young Kiv.
Coming around the edge. You see Kiv getting a little fired up now, showing a little motion, shaking a little bit over there. He's feeling it. Both these guys, look at them. They're both locked in. This is where it's about, Nick. Second half.
Crunch time. $1:25 to go. Favre. Oh, good user downfield, but there he is again. It's the running back, Mostert, to the 10-yard line.
Another laser up the seam. He's found something in Kiv's defense that he likes. That's 2 times now. But the big thing was Kiv was able to make the shoestring tackle, so he did not get 7 out of it. If Kiv can hold him to 3, he's alive. But, man, these are some lasers we're seeing by Dcroft.
Here's my question. How does the 97 speed Mostert get tackled by anyone? He had 2 steps on him.
Yeah, no. We saw a lot of shoestring tackles today, kind of saving touchdowns, and that was a big one for Kiv.
Can Kiv hold him to 3? Great gap shoot there. Day 1 card, Isaiah Simmons up the seam, the rookie out of Clemson.
Yeah, the stud Isaiah Simmons. Like you said yesterday, Nick, I'd like to see Cliff Kingsbury using more on Sundays, but this has been the problem for both guys now. This red zone area, man, it's like they go to that I-form tight, and that just looks terrible out of the I-form tight. So 2nd and goal, I'd expect Kiv to go back to the shotgun, look for some curls, some low ball curls, maybe an out route, maybe a motion slant, running back out of the backfield, something like that.
Dcroft looking for the answer. Favre looks underneath. That's Mostert. He's got speed. Oh, he breaks a tackle into the end zone. That's why he's one of the best in the game of Madden. Raheem Mostert puts Dcroft up 2 scores.
Come on, get a stop now.
You see that emotion from Dcroft. That Raheem Mostert has been the MVP of the game by far, especially for Dcroft. 2 big plays up the seam. Then he throws a little baby drag underneath and breaks a tackle to fall into the end zone. And now Kiv is in a desperate situation down 11.
He'll take it out to the 25-yard line. Let's take a look one more time at the touchdown. It's just a simple drag route. Put it in the hands of Mostert and let him make plays.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of space there. It's a tight throw, but Mostert's got all that speed, so he's able to get a couple steps and then break a tackle.
Here's Reggie Bush. Picks up about 9.5. Give me a second and short. Imagine how different this game would be, TD, if Kiv was able to get, let's say, 1 touchdown on those red zone drives. Let alone 2, as it's Thomas with the sack. 4's up in the chat. We're 5 minutes away from crowning a Seahawks Club champion.
Big sack right there. Kiv had to get that play off, but he got to the line so fast, he didn't really make a lot of adjustments. He didn't get to do any hot routes. He didn't get to slide protect or anything like that. So Dcroft comes in with a big sack, and now for Kiv, 3rd and 10. He's got to cook something up.
Favre on 3rd down. Oh, he's got the corner. Once again, that's Julio Jones to the 47-yard line. Stopping the clock. Just one extra touchdown, TD. One extra touchdown, we'd be in a 1-possession game.
Yep, 100%. Those field goals, like I said, those have been the difference for him. That red zone has really hurt Kiv.
Come on.
There is that false start penalty. Too many adjustments. Too many audibles. Russell Wilson, he's got his X Factor activated, TD.
You mean Brett Favre?
Or whatever. I saw Seahawks. I literally see the Wilson jersey behind Dcroft, and I go, oh, yeah, Wilson. Whatever. They're basically the same person, right? Short quarterback, big arm.
Exactly. Super stats. Super talented.
Will be in the Hall of Fame. Throw to Bush.
Nick, he had the slot receiver wide open. It could have been a touchdown if he would just like little. I think he was on an out route, but it was so deep that if he just passed it up, it's a touchdown.
See a little shake of the head from young Kiv. Trying to make it 14 MCS live event appearances. Dcroft looking to build off of his unbelievable year last year. Seahawks Club champion, LCQ champion, and 1 win away from a belt. It's Reggie Bush over the middle. The halfback's getting lots of work. Give him 11.
Backfield master right there. Nice little angle route, beating his man-to-man. Kiv definitely has plenty of time here. You know, you could try to get 7 before the 2-minute warning at the minimum, but as soon as possible is what will be best for him.
First and 10. Under 4 minutes to go. Down by 2 scores. Favre got him once again. That's Vernon Davis to the 5-yard line. TD, we talked about Favre has his X Factor activated. What's he got on him?
I don't even know, to be honest. I just know he has Gunslinger. I don't know what his X Factor is. But what a play right there.
It didn't look like Omaha.
Yeah, it's not Omaha. I think it's the one where you can throw it deeper if you need to. I'm trying to remember the name of it is.
Bazooka.
Yeah, Bazooka, that's it. I'm pretty sure it's that. I'm like 75% sure. But great play right there. He went to that flood concept. Just use a rush.
Let's go!
Oh, picked off! It's Troy P! This could seal the game! He's got 98 yards of green grass! Troy Polamalu! You can watch his taillights drive off into the distance! Dcroft, what a play on the goal line!
Wow. What a game-changing play by Dcroft. You can see the passion from both guys. Kiv banging the table. Dcroft screaming, looked like he's going to lose his mind. Oh, wow, what a play. And Dcroft with a huge pick 6 to completely blow it open. That is a game-changing play that might have just sealed him that $7,500 in the Seahawks Club Championship.
He knew once it was open space, this ball game was over. Over like Rover. Troy P. with the game sealer.
Game sealer, Troy P.
Run! Come on! Come on, Troy!
Hey, for anyone at home who thinks I yell too much, I could yell like that.
Man, what a play. Honestly, Nick, it was the turbo rush off the edge that I think got Kiv a little bit nervous, so he stepped up and made kind of a bad read.
Picked off again. That's Denzel Ward, the warden out there to lock this one up.
Send a statement! Send a statement to them! Come on!
You heard the words, Nick. Send a statement to them. Daniel Mycroft, you have made a statement, young man. You are here to stay.
Come on!
You are.
Conservative 3 straight runs, punt. Conservative 3 straight runs, punt. Come on. Simple game management now. That's all you need to do.
I don't need an SAP button. I need whatever button is that gives it the subtitles for Dcroft.
Oh my voice.
I'm glad you heard it. I was like, that was not English. That was Dcroft's own made up language.
Yeah, I don't even know what was just said right there, but oh man,
make a statement.
He made a statement. Let me tell you, he made a statement.
What is it?
For Dcroft, he is primed to go now 2-0 in the Seahawks clubs. I mean, ever since last year's club championship, Dcroft has stormed onto the scene. And now, I mean, if there were any non-believers in Daniel Mycroft from Mukilteo, Washington, there are no non-believers now. This kid is the real deal.
He's definitely the real deal. Like, he is here to stay. He is a player.
Come on.
He is a potential champion. I mean, this kid has it all. And, you know, when I talked to Kiv in my interview earlier, he said he didn't even know who Dcroft was really in Madden 19. And I think after these last 2 years, everyone knows who Dcroft is.
Kiv needs 98 yards to get on the board and he needs to do it pretty quickly. 2:55 to go. And for Kiv, TD, clubs have almost been his kryptonite. For somebody who's had such an accomplished career, somebody that's so well respected, a person I think most people believe will have multiple belts.
Come on, make the tackle now. Just make the tackle.
This club has been his kryptonite. He's now going to go to 1-4 all time in the Seahawks club. Those 4 all runner-up finishes, though.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Once again, in my interview, I asked him about that. You know, I said,
inbounds,
you know,
inbounds.
you've had all the
Come
success,
on,
but in the club championships, you have struggled a little bit. He's going to fall to 1-4. You know, he's had some tough breaks. He really has. He's had some crazy games. But and you feel for Kiv because, look, like I said, these two guys, if they would have picked any other club, they would easily win it.
Yeah.
But they have so much respect. They have so much
Come on.
love for their team that they stick to their team and they go at it each year. And so for Kiv, it's like, man, he's losing out on a lot of potential earnings because of this, but you got to respect him for that.
He's missed out on a lot of potential earnings, and he still has over $200,000 in his career. Nice throw left side. Doesn't make it any easier losing, you know, all these guys. They're 1 win away from the final 32, 1 win away from being able to compete, to continue competing for that $750,000 prize pool. Does it make it any easier being at home versus having to go back to a hotel room?
Yeah, it definitely does, man. When you lose in the club championship and you've traveled far away and you got to go back to your hotel room and wait a day or two to fly out or whatever the case may be, man, that's rough. So, you know, it makes it a little bit better, but I know Kiv, being the competitor he is, being a champion he is, this hurts regardless.
First and goal for Kiv. It's been the goal to go that has been the killer. 2 field goals and a pick, only 6 points on 3 red zone drives. There's your difference.
Just don't let him score. At least make him take time to score.
I like Dcroft up by 18 points. Don't let him score.
Just
okay, if you're going to let him score, at least make him use
boy.
time. There's a touchdown for Kiv. He finds the end zone.
Yeah, it's a little too late for Kiv. You hear Dcroft, he's basically just giving us the game plan now, you know. Let him use all this time. Don't let him score. Let's recover the onside kick. He's talking to his team, but yeah, just a little too late for Kiv. You know, he's gonna try an onside kick, but like we talked about a million times, Nick, it's like a 1% chance. So tough break.
Go for 2.
Come on, why don't you go for 2?
2 points would have made it 10. But he still needs a
while.
He still needs
recover. Hands team, come on.
2 miracles. If it's recovered by Dcroft, it's your ball game. The defending champ is now the 2-time champ.
Come on. 2-time.
Young Daniel Mycroft. He said make a statement. He's made a statement. He's here to stay.
The defending
2-time
champion,
Seahawks club champ.
Daniel Mycroft, now a 2-time Seahawks champion. Just an impressive performance, honestly. I mean, he played flawless on offense. And honestly, the difference was that strip specials coming off the edge. 2 times it made big plays, and then holding Kiv in the red zone to field goals. The absolute difference in the game. And congratulations to Dcroft, 2-time champion now.
And TD, I'm going to go back to it because it's so interesting to think about. Remember how this game started. Pick by Dcroft on the very first play, and look what he did after that.
Exactly. That's why you always fight through the adversity. You could see it in his face, too. He was upset, but it looked like the next play he was back, locked in with his mindset, and that's all you can ask for. That's why this kid is so special and has so much talent.
It is Nini's and GG's. Dcroft defends his title and will be, once again, your Seattle Seahawks Club champion, 31-19. And Tyler, it was the red zone defense from Dcroft. We've said it. That's what set the tone for the game. That's what won it for him.